Welcome back everyone to Commander of the Week, the segment where I break down a commander and 5 staples that I recommend running with this commander if you're trying to build it. This time I'm going to be breaking down yet another phenomenal card coming out from the latest set, Lorwyn Eclipsed. That's right guys, it is a elf and fairy commander named Maralen, Fae Ascendant. Now, let's break down exactly what she does. She is a 2 colorless, black, blue, and green commander. Elf, Fairy, Noble. Flying. Whenever Maralen or another elf or fairy you control enters the battlefield, exile the top 2 cards of target opponent's library. Once each turn, you may cast a spell with mana value less or equal to the number of elves or fairies you control from among cards with Maralen this turn without paying its mana cost. It is a 4/5. Now this commander is all about stealing your opponent's cards, and you're able to cast them along with having enough elves and fairies matching its mana cost for free. So this deck is all about ramping the board, expanding the board, stealing cards and casting them, along with benefiting from having your opponent's best cards, possible best cards, and casting them for free. So let's break down these 5 staples. Introducing first, staple number 1, Bitterblossom. 1 colorless, 1 swap, tribal enchantment, fairy. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life and you create 1/1/1 black fairy rogue creature token with flying. This helps you because right off the bat, if your commander is out, you're gonna have fairies on your upkeep enter the battlefield, which means when you steal a card, if it costs 2 mana or less, you can cast it for free. As long as you have 4, 5, 6 fairies, you can cast anything between that particular value for free. Next, similar to Bitterblossom, it's staple number 2, Bitterbloom Bearer. 2 swamp, creature fairy rogue. Flash and flying. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life and create a 1/1 blue black fairy with flying. Similar to Bitterblossom, you're gonna have more tokens coming in at a risk of life, but remember you run green, so you're gonna gain life again. Not a big problem. So what happens here is you have flash ability and flying, and you have the ability to end up getting more tokens, which once again helps Maralen and helps you steal more of your opponent's cards. If you're talking about tokens, staple number 3 is a must. Doubling Season. 4 colorless, 1 green enchantment. If an effect would create 1 or more tokens you control, instead make twice as many tokens instead. If an effect would put 1 or more counters on a permanent you control, do twice as much instead. This is gonna help you expand the board rapidly because most of these creatures are going to give you tokens, and most of the enchantments you're gonna be running in this deck will do the same, meaning Maralen will give you value dramatically, and on top of that, you're gonna be stealing cards and casting them for free. Up next, staple number 4, Alela, Cunning Conqueror. 2 colorless, 1 blue, 1 black. I will call this a secondary commander. Legendary creature, Fairy Warlock. Flying. Whenever you cast your first spell during an opponent's turn, create a 1/1 black Fairy Rogue creature token with flying. Whenever 1 or more fairies you control deal combat damage to a player, go target creature that player controls. It is a 2/4. So much value, guys. This is actually one of the most popular Dimir commanders in the game, according to EDH Rec. And the reason why is because you're gonna create tokens when you cast your instant spells, because you're running blue and you're running green and you're running black. So one of the best combinations in the game when it comes to overall flashing spells instant value, and it's gonna create tokens for you, which matches Maralene's total goal. And on top of that, if any one of your fairies hit, which majority of your creatures are gonna be fairy, you goat that player. They can't attack you. Phenomenal value. And last but not least, yet another commander you could add, another side commander you could add, and it's a side win con. Staple number 5, Lorwyn Blade of the Elves. 2 colorless, black and green. Legendary creature, Elf Noble. Menace. It means that this creature needs to be blocked by 2 creatures, not 1. And whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you create a 1/1 green elf warrior. On top of that, you could tap it and tap 10 elves you control, and target opponent loses 10 life and you gain 10 life. This is another way for you to introduce elves and help with Maralene's overall goal of stealing value from your opponents. Not to mention, it gives you a side win con because there's gonna be a lot of elves and a lot of fairies going around with doubling season, which will automatically give you the value of taking down an opponent's 10 life and you gaining life back. So much value when it comes to this. It seems like a very fun deck for those who love elves and fairies. Not to mention, guys, high perfect Morans could also benefit being in this deck. It is just overall value, and quite frankly, it's so much fun. I think this deck definitely could be very, very high up there in power level, a 4, borderline 5, because so much synergy when it comes to those color combinations, and so much synergy when it comes to both architects and tribals when it comes to elves and fairies. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below, what cards did I miss that you would add in our Maralene deck? And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more Magic the Gathering fun.